The horrors of World War II may seem like a distant memory. However, the remnants of this devastating conflict still pose a direct threat to thousands of people. Even today, hidden explosives lurk in the most unexpected places, from mine-infested waters to fields and forests. The shocking truth is that authorities have yet to locate and disarm all these lethal devices, leaving many communities in constant peril. In the Adriatic Sea, in waters once held by the Third Reich, experts believe that as many as 5,000 mines remain buried, remnants of past wars that continue to pose a danger to beachgoers, ships, and port infrastructures in modern-day Croatia. In a recent display of the danger posed by these hidden explosives, Croatian authorities released a video of the controlled detonation of a massive 690-kilogram mine off the coast of Rijeka, a dangerous operation that required the synchronized efforts of dozens of people to execute. A country shaped by conflict. Croatia has been shaped by conflict throughout its history, particularly during the turbulent times of World War II. During this time, Croatia fell under Nazi occupation and became the site of numerous battles and atrocities. The scars left by this conflict are still visible around the country. The city of Rijeka, situated at the heart of the Kvarner Gulf, is testimony to Croatia's ever-changing political landscape. Over the last 100 years, Rijeka has flown at least 7 national flags, symbolizing the various regimes controlling the city. At the beginning of the 20th century, Rijeka was a part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. After World War I and the empire's collapse, the city was claimed by both Italy and the newly formed kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes. From 1920 to 1924, Rijeka became the Free State of Fiume, an independent city-state under the governance of Italian poet and nationalist Gabriele D'Annunzio. In 1924, the Treaty of Rome established Rijeka as a province of Italy. The city remained under Italian influence until the end of World War II. However, during the war, the ultra-nationalist Ustaša regime, a fascist faction allied to the Axis powers, seized the city and a large part of modern Croatia. As battles blazed across the Mediterranean, Croatia's strategically vital coastline emerged as a prized jewel for the Third Reich. Determined to shield its Balkan ally from potential Allied incursions, Hitler committed to preserving his grip on the region. In a bold display of power, the Axis forces undertook a monumental endeavor, mining the depths of the Adriatic Sea. Kriegsmarine vessels, including the colossal cargo ship Kibitz, embarked on this mission, planting thousands of mines in the seabed, a deadly shroud beneath the tranquil waters. However, fate played a cruel twist in the saga of the Kibitz. During an Allied raid in the waning days of 1944, the ship met its demise in the port of Rijeka. In a stroke of bitter irony, the Kibitz struck one of the mines it had meticulously deployed, digging its own watery grave. Lingering death traps. Even though a massive Allied invasion through the Balkans never materialized, the Adriatic Sea became the stage for numerous minor battles and attacks, including the Adriatic Campaign, where Greek, Yugoslavian, and Italian navies, the Kriegsmarine, and the Mediterranean squadrons of the United Kingdom, France, and the Yugoslav partisan naval forces clashed over the waters of the region. Germany and Italy conducted several mine-laying efforts in the Adriatic Sea. The explosives became a central factor during the struggle. For the Axis, mines were a perfect protection for their waters, as the shallow waters of the Adriatic offered the ideal location for anti-ship mines. As the war progressed and the Italian armed forces lost steam, the mining operations continued to be carried out by German efforts. The endeavors paid off. The explosives served to dissuade the Allies from mounting a significant invasion through the Adriatic. They managed to sink numerous Allied warships from April 7, 1939 to May 15, 1945. Later in the war, even as the Allies asserted dominion over the Mediterranean, the mines in the Adriatic continued to be a problem for the Western Allies. In December, HMS Altenham, became the last British destroyer to be lost during the war when it hit a mine around the island of Skirda. Even when waging a strictly defensive war, Germany continued to drop mines in the region in a desperate attempt to halt the Allies' advance. Determined to block all ports and canals to prevent Allied forces from entering the area, Germany deployed thousands of mines across the seabed, in the open sea, and near the shorelines in the last year of the war. The British faced a challenge in trying to sweep the mined waters. Even when using state-of-the-art mine-sweeping technology, the Royal Navy endured excruciating ordeals well beyond the war's end to make the seas safe again. As a reminder of the danger, on May 5, 1945, the Shakespeare-class trawler HMS Coriolanus hit a mine while sweeping the sea before Novigrad. Despite the brave efforts of the Allied navies, the mine-laying operations of the Axis powers had been so massive that many experts estimate that there are at least 5,000 undetonated devices under the Adriatic Sea. 80 years later, these remnants still threaten many European communities. Detonating a massive mine. On a quiet Sunday morning, the Croatian city of Rijeka was awoken by an emergency siren. The cause was a massive anti-ship mine dating back to World War II, which had been discovered lurking near the bustling port. The Kriegsmarine was known to wield a large assortment of sea mines, ranging in power from small devices carrying only a dozen kilos of explosives to colossal contraptions holding over 600 kilograms of destruction. The latter were formidable weapons, capable of tearing through even the largest and most reinforced Allied capital ships. The mine that had been found in June 2022 was a 690-kilogram behemoth, likely to be a TMC mine, one of the largest naval explosives used by Nazi Germany. After months of assessing the risks and the possible actions, the authorities sprang into action, evacuating parts of the city and halting all traffic to secure the area during the removal of the bomb. This was no ordinary operation. The mine was too close to the city and had to be moved further away before the emergency teams could even think about performing a controlled detonation. The stakes were high, and every move had to be carefully calculated. Officials oversaw the delicate process of strapping the mine up and moving it to a safer distance from the city. The tension was palpable as divers gingerly worked to secure the deadly mine. After all the preparation, the crucial moment arrived. The mine was finally detonated with a thunderous blast, sending seawater high up into the air in a daunting column of boiling water. Police officer Nenad Krasny reflected on the operation and the gravity of the situation, commenting that the mine was hazardous and contained vast quantities of explosives. He explained that 24 specialists took part in the operation and meticulous care was taken to move the mine away from the port. Then he added, quote, "because anything else would be too dangerous for the citizens and infrastructure." With the danger averted and the mine destroyed, the citizens of Rijeka breathed a sigh of relief. Nevertheless, with thousands of mines still lurking beneath the waters of the Adriatic, the decades-old threat is anything but defeated. A grim reminder that the horrors of World War II will continue to reverberate through the annals of human history for decades to come. Thanks for watching my video. If you're a documentary fan, you won't want to miss out on what dark footage has in store. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And while you're at it, be sure to explore our other Dark Documentaries channels for even more captivating stories ripped straight from the pages of history. Stay tuned.